Hi and welcome back. It's been a couple weeks again. I find that the Taxotere treatments really take a lot out of me, so the timing of videos coming out has definitely slowed down as it's taken me quite a while to recover after I have a chemo treatment. It's been a lot of laying in bed, watching Netflix. I finally started watching Bridgerton, which I missed the boat on that back when it first came out. But it seems to be like, I've only watched a couple episodes, but it seems to be kind of like the perfect mood, I guess, for right now for me, in that it's, it's kind of light, funny, romantic. So yeah, I'm going to continue watching that moving forward. So last I left off, I'd had my first Taxotere treatment and I relayed the kind of side effects that I had from that chemo treatment, which were pretty extreme and really, really hard to go through. I, since then, have met with the oncologist. Actually, my oncologist was off that week, so I met with a different oncologist for the first time, who was great. He was great. Listened to my laundry list of all of the side effects that I had from my previous Taxotere treatment, specifically the pain, the neuropathy, that kind of stuff. And what we came up with was a slightly different plan for my second dosage. So still the same drug, like still the same Taxotere drug, but first the big change was they reduced the dosage about 20%, I believe. So they took it down to about 80%. And that, I think, made a world of difference. I mean, it still wasn't pleasant, but that, I think, made a big difference. We also got me a prescription for a stronger painkiller, and I was not stupid about under-medicating myself this time around. I know on the previous one, I was just, I don't know why, but I was like, I'm just going to tough it out. And it, I feel like this hurts a lot, but does it? I have a terrible gauge. Like if you ask me, what's your pain on a scale of 1 to 10? Like I immediately question myself and if I'm actually in that amount of pain and is that, so anyways, this time I said, screw it. I am taking the pills as they said. As soon as it started, the pain started, I got on the regimen of every 2 hours taking this pain medication. And I think that helped a lot. I still had a lot of pain, but it was definitely a lot more manageable this time around. The dosage of the chemo being reduced, I didn't have some of the digestive problems that I had the first time around, which I think sort of set me up right away to, being dehydrated, to being, uncomfortable and stuff. So this time around, even though I had my arsenal of medication ready to go, I didn't have to use all of it, which was great. I've been on a medication for heartburn since my first Taxotere treatment. So now that I've been taking that for about a month, I didn't have that debilitating heartburn I had the first time around. So, you cross off the digestive problem, you cross off the heartburn, and now I just had to deal with the pain and the neuropathy. I still had problems with my mouth, my tongue. After a couple days, it felt like it was huge in my mouth. I didn't have sores, open sores or anything throughout my mouth. And I was keeping up with the prescription mouthwash that the oncologist prescribed me. So I think that helped. It made eating a little bit uncomfortable. And it just when you're 100% aware of your tongue in your mouth the entire time, all day, it's weird and it feels wrong. So yeah, today's actually the first day that my tongue doesn't feel weird. I forget that it's there. Even yesterday, it was still very prickly and sensitive. And then prior to that, I had again where it at the same time it felt like it was squeezing in on itself, but also swelled up. So that went on for quite a while. So that sucked. But so yeah, still had the pain, still had the mouth, neuropathy, my hands and feet. Even though this time when I was getting my infusion, I iced my hands and my feet. The nursing staff like rigged up this ice pack to go over each of my feet, and then my fingers were in ice as well. So even with the icing, the neuropathy in my hands and feet are worse this time, and I don't know if that's because it's cumulative. I definitely had like walking at times, the pain in my feet are pretty bad, and then just overall it feels like my feet, like my toes are just like dipping into ice water the entire time. So it makes walking, like I can't feel my feet properly. My heel hurts and feels all numb. So yeah, it's a thing. Again, dropping stuff. I wasted so much of like my nice face wash because I kept dropping the container, and I try to pick the container up and it would just drop again. So yeah, hands, feet. Sorry, my husband is texting me and I must answer. He's out grocery shopping, so he has a question. I haven't been grocery shopping in months because we don't feel comfortable with me going into the grocery stores. So I miss grocery shopping. I enjoyed grocery shopping and getting inspiration for meals to make and whatnot. So anyways, I answer the texts when my husband texts from the grocery store asking questions. So that is why. The oncologist I saw said that with neuropathy, about 90% of the time it will resolve itself. It might just take months or potentially even like a year kind of thing or more. So my plan is been in contact with my acupuncturist because I was a regular patient of acupuncture prior to my diagnosis when I was doing fertility treatments. So I reached out to my acupuncturist and talked to them about a plan moving forward after I finish chemo to maybe work on helping to relieve some of the neuropathy and pain in my hands and feet. So we'll see how that goes. I'll keep you in the loop on that as that becomes part of my aftercare. Right now I don't feel comfortable going out for acupuncture while I'm in chemo. I know that it's sterile and whatnot, but at this point I think my body, the least amount of needles in my body at this time is probably what I'm looking for. I also have my, 1 or 2 days where my face breaks out into all of these little red dots. Some of them look like pimples. Some of them are just all red splotches. It's getting better. I don't know if you can see it here, but yeah, not so pretty. But that happened the first time as well. It resolves itself after a couple days. Another cool thing, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it here. I'll see if I can get a picture later to put up there, but I got peach fuzz. Like I'm noticing my hair is starting to grow back in consistently. Like I thought maybe because I was off of chemo for a short period of time there where we were trying to figure out the allergic reaction, that maybe it started growing then, but it's getting longer. I'm tracking it very closely. I have normally, as you saw, I kind of had like a strawberry blondish kind of reddish hair. So it's really hard to see it right now because it's so fair. But when I'm in the bathroom and the lights, haloing, I can see it. So I'll try and take a picture and then to show you guys. But it's exciting. It's exciting. I know it's going to take a long time for my hair to grow back, but the fact that it's actually growing right now is kind of nice to know. So that's kind of what's been going on. I had, prior to going into my last chemo treatment a few weeks ago, I had a really great weekend. It was the weekend before my chemo treatment, and I was feeling amazing. The pain was gone. I felt great. And we had a family gathering. It was social distance, and it was spread over 2 days because there's too many of us to bring together at one time. Like, there's restrictions on how many people can be outdoors for an outside gathering. So we spread it out over 2 days, where one of my sisters and her son came over on the Saturday to my parents' place. I don't have a backyard. I live in a condo, so in a building. So we went over to my parents' place, and I got to see my sister and my nephew. And then on the Sunday, my other sister and my nephews came over, and then I had the added bonus of one of my oldest and closest friends and her son coming to visit as well. So they drove down from the Niagara region with this wonderful goodie bag filled with Ontario produce, the strawberries from the Niagara region at the farmers market there, and then also like my favorite bag of popcorn. She always gets that for me for like special occasions, and I then devour the entire thing. But that was a wonderful added bonus to have her and her son come down and visit me, because I actually hadn't seen them since before my first chemo treatment. So it had been quite a long time, and it was so nice to see them, and to just like sit outside and have a nice socially distanced visit, and just like talk to people. So it was such a good weekend. It was what I really needed that prior to going into the chemo, because I had a lot of fear surrounding what was going to happen after this chemo treatment. Even with, working with the doctor to come up with like the new plan of the reduced dosage and the better painkillers, I was still anxious about what was to come. So it was nice to see them. I'm hoping that this week now, which is the week leading up to my third and final chemo appointment, I'm hoping that I will have a really great feeling week as well, and that I can enjoy some time outside. I can maybe see some people. I don't know. But it's a week away, a little bit over a week. I will be posting another video afterwards. It might take me a little time, to recover from the treatment, but I definitely want to share with you guys the thank you package that my mom and I are putting together to, give to the nurses and the doctor and the staff there, as well as, the big event. Trying to figure out what I'm going to wear. It's probably going to be my like F Cancer t-shirt, but what am I going to wear? Make it special, since it will be my last chemo treatment, and I'm going to ring the bell there and say goodbye to chemo finally, because I'm so over chemo and I don't want to do it anymore, and I just want it to be done. So anyways, I will be posting a video with all of that. But again, forgive me if it takes me a few weeks to do as I recover from the actual chemo. And then this journey will be moving into the surgery side. I currently have my MRI booked for August 5th and should get results about a week after that, and that will tell us how responsive my masses have been to the chemo once it's all said and done. And I'll be talking with the surgeon about what the surgical plan will be, what we have to look forward to, and when. So, yeah, that's kind of what's been going on here and what's new with me. So yeah, I think I'll probably leave it here, and just again say thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your lovely and supportive comments. Each one I read, and it makes me feel so much more supported and just cared about. So it's greatly appreciated. Again, thank you. So yeah, anyways, you guys have a wonderful day. Enjoy every moment of it. and take care. It's my popcorn. Vegan. I'm going to destroy this bag of popcorn on July 9th when we sit down to watch the Black Widow video on Disney+.